Welcome to the update. I'm Eleanor Quirk. Grave fears are held for 4 Australian soldiers after a chopper went down in waters off Queensland. The Australian Defence Force aircraft came down near Hamilton Island during a joint exercise with the US. Search crews are continuing to scour waters in the area. Defence Minister Richard Marles says their family members have been notified.
And our thoughts are very much with the aircrew and their families. Our hopes are very much with the efforts of the search and rescue crews as they go about their work right now.
Australia will begin manufacturing missiles within 2 years as part of a landmark agreement with the United States. The plan's expected to be formally announced after talks between the country's foreign and defence ministers. Hayley Channer from the US Study Centre says it will benefit both nations.
What we've heard is that the US is going to licence its intellectual property so Australia can actually manufacture those type of missiles here in Australia. And in addition to that, people will remember earlier this year we had the release of the Defence Strategic Review, and it also flagged that Australia needed to increase this capability for itself.
Commonwealth Games organisers in Australia have accused the Victorian government of hiding the figures when it comes to Com Games costing. It comes after the state's Premier Daniel Andrews cancelled the Games because the costs had blown out to up to $7 billion. But Commonwealth Games Australia Chief Executive Craig Phillips says he hasn't seen the numbers and thinks they're exaggerated. Economists believe the cost of living, population growth, returning international students and strong rental growth are driving an increase in apartment prices. Ray White data shows no capital city in the country recorded a decline in apartment prices in July. Chief economist Nerida Conisby says house prices have been moving the other direction.
House prices have been moving pretty quickly in Sydney since the start of the year, but this month they did take a bit of a break. Apartments, though, are still moving and we are still seeing price increases for this property type.
Sport and entertainment are next. To sport, and in AFL, Charlie Curnow booted 6 goals to help Carlton to a 16-point victory over Collingwood at the MCG, the game attracting a crowd of close to 87,000. Curnow taking home the Richard Pratt medal for best on ground.
Such a great night for the Blues fans. I think we're playing that contest, pressure footy, and if we stick to that, we show we can take it up with the best sides in the comp.
The West Tigers have suffered another defeat, going down to the Rabbitohs 32-18 in Tamworth. The 75th Emmy Awards have been postponed as writers and actors continue to strike. It's the first time in over 2 decades the awards show has been moved after the previous delay in 2001 due to the September 11 attacks. No alternative date has been locked in at this stage. And Disney's announced it will no longer be selling DVDs and Blu-ray discs in Australia. Dwindling sales and the rise of streaming platforms are the main cause for the change. The final film set to hit the shelves will be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you soon for another episode of The Update.